coffee. It's an early one. Well, unfortunately, we didn't get on the road quite as early as I wanted to, but that's okay. We're on the road, and it's going to be a good day. We got about 2 hours of driving, so I'm not going to put you through that this time. This time, we're just going to snap our way there. All right, we're here. We are at King's Landing, about to put the kayak in. We're going to head down the Wakiva River, spend a couple nights down there, and have a good time. Let's get it. Alright guys, we are on the water. Thank goodness. It's already been a long day and I ain't even just now got on the water. So, got up early this morning and got started. And decided, you know, like I do, at the last minute to change the way I do things. Got Sarah's car because it's better on fuel than mine. And so I decided I would use my rack off of my Jeep. Got up early, got it all put on and everything. Wouldn't work. So I ended up having to completely take everything back apart and do it the way I always do it, which is fine, but it just normally makes a bunch of noise. But I was able to get it set up this morning where it didn't, so no harm, no foul. We are on the river now. We're gonna have a good weekend. We're headed to camp. Let's go. Well, that didn't take long for me to get off the boat. So I am heading left here. I'm headed down the Wakiva River to camp. But if you go right here, you go up what I guess this is Rock Springs Run. I think this is what they consider the Emerald Cut. Now I'm already loaded down and I'm not going to go ahead and turn and go that way this time. But I think this will be a place for me and Sarah to come back down and check out. They've got a little campground up here that we may explore at some point in the future. And that might be kind of cool too. But man, look at this water. It is cold and clear and beautiful. I really, really want to go that way. But I know I can't do it today. Which I could. Nah, I'm not going to. I got people waiting on me. So it'll be a good time. Good place to come back for another trip in the future, right? So I've already been warned that it's really shallow right now. And this kayak, with everything I've got loaded on it, you know, rides pretty deep. So I may have to get out in a couple places and walk the kayak or something, but that's fine. I don't mind that. Also, there are some big alligators along this river. And from time to time, they get pretty aggressive. So we'll just see how that works out. It's beautiful though, I can tell you that right now already. Now we're still in the clear water. The further you get down there, the water darkens up and everything, so I've heard anyway. But yeah, it's beautiful. So I'm told I've got about a 2-hour paddle downstream to get to camp. And right now I'm not having to paddle a whole lot. Now further down I may have to paddle a little more. But right now this thing is moving pretty good. And just having to every now and then paddle and straighten myself out. It's nice. There's a big boy right there. That's a good sized gator. Now, for those of you who love these really scenic paddles like this, beautiful clear water, a lot of animals and stuff like that, if you haven't already, I'll leave a link in the card up here for our trip to Silver Springs. That was a really nice trip there too. We've actually done that trip a couple times now, and I would highly suggest that if you can shuttle yourself so you have more time, you don't feel so rushed that way. But all in all, it's still a beautiful paddle. And this is beautiful down here too. I've seen a lot of animals so far. Obviously I rarely get stuff on camera, but it's beautiful down here. These people behind me are freaking out because they just saw an alligator, and apparently it went in the water and went under them. And the guy was saying, I wanted to see an alligator, but I wanted to see it on land, not in the water. That was pretty funny. It's wild down here though. You can definitely tell this is much more wild than Silver Springs. Silver Springs is more like a tourist maintained type thing, and this is more like ecosystem type thing where you can just paddle through. It is pretty dang shallow though. There's a couple spots back there where I was just barely skimming the bottom, and some of the sticks and limbs and stuff on the bottom are rubbing on the bottom of the kayak. But one thing about it, it's it's so shallow here that if I did dump my kayak, I wouldn't have to swim. So much to look at. So much to look at. So that was pretty cool. That's a first for me, I believe. That's a first. I was sitting there just posted up trying to get a video of a little alligator swimming, and I couldn't get him on video. And a lady and a gentleman come paddling by, and the gentleman said, "Wait a minute, I think I know who you are." And sure enough, he was one of our subscribers. And I'm terrible with names. I really apologize. I didn't remember your name, but I really appreciate you stopping and talking with me. If you watch this, leave me a comment below, let me know it was you. But yeah, that was really neat. That was the first for me. So I gave them a couple stickers. And but yeah, that was cool. It was the first time I've ever been kind of like noticed while I was out and about. There's another big gator over there just went in the water. Of course, just as soon as I start to see a couple big gators, the thing started doing this error card crap, and I had to take the card out and clean the card and put it back in there. But that's okay. I'm sure there's more of them. It was a big one though. That was a big one back there. You couldn't barely see. All you could see was his head sticking out of the water though. I mean, he was a big one. That's a good sized bowfin right there. Up there's a gator swimming across. He's right up there ahead of us. Back out of the water and everything. He just submerged right over here. Right under that somewhere, right in there. There's definitely a lot of gators down here. He wasn't huge, but pretty neat. Probably 5-6 foot, something like that. So far, this is not dark water like I'm used to. It looks dark because the bottom is muddy, but this water is still crystal clear. Beautiful. You can see everything. Another nice thing about this place, unlike Silver Springs, you don't have to worry about boats coming up into here. There's no motorized boats coming up this waterway right here, so that's really nice. Keeps it pristine. Try to see if we can figure out about where we're at. Actually, this is going to be perfect. I'm going to bump up against this little log here. I can catch it with my foot. Wow, freaking law. Perfect. That's awesome. Alright. Let's see, where do we start at? So I just sat here. I couldn't quite pick it out on the map where I was at, so I grabbed my Google Maps, and thank goodness I've got some service. And I'm not even quite halfway to camp. Too much to look at. Lollygagging and looking at this and that and the other thing, but I don't really have a particular time I got to be there, so I'm not in a big hurry. But it's I thought I was further down than I am, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and get a move on, I guess. But like I said, I'm not really in a big hurry, but I do need to go ahead and keep going. Spending too much time looking at this, that, and the other thing. But honestly, that's why I'm here. Why else would you come? Alright, let's go. Boy, that was not cool. I just startled that alligator right back there. Hopefully you can see that thing. and that thing was not happy about it. Big old whip splash. I didn't see it. I was coming around those logs, and guess I got a little bit too close. That was exciting. If you come do this paddle, do yourself a favor. Get you a nice set of polarized sunglasses. Makes the trip a lot better because you can see down into the water. Pro tip: scarfish, bowfin. Gotta be getting close to the camps. They said it's about a 2-hour paddle to camp, and I know I take a long time because I'm not paddling hard and I'm stopping and videoing and talking to the camera and all that stuff. So I'm about 3 hours in now, and I haven't made it to camp yet, so I gotta be getting pretty close, I would think. I mean, I know it takes me a lot longer because I'm videoing, but yeah, I gotta be getting close to camp pretty soon here. There's a big boy over there. Alright. It has gotten very, very grassy through here. And alright guys, so we have made it to camp. I have made a blunder again. I was going under a limb down there, and the limb caught my camera and dumped my camera in the water. So I got it set in the sun over here. Hopefully it'll dry out and still work. My buddy Tomas headed back down to where I dumped it, because once I got here I realized that my media bag with all my batteries and stuff had went off in the water, and I didn't realize that until I got here. So he decided he'd go back down there. He needed a project to do, so he was going to go back down there and hunt it and see if he could find it. So fingers crossed he can find it. I also lost my tripod, so it looks like I'll probably be hand holding the rest of the time. If the camera doesn't work, I'll have to use this cell phone and hope I can get enough footage to make it worth making the video. So a little frustrated, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get camp set up and make the best of it. Goodbye, little camera. You were so good. Well, Tomas actually was able to find my media bag and my tripod, which is unbelievable that he was able to find it. But unfortunately, it seems like the camera is deceased. So that's camera number 2 that I've messed up the exact same way. So that's absolutely ridiculous that I haven't learned. So some lessons are expensive, and that's an expensive one. So I know better, and I did it anyway. Oh well. But now we have camp set up, and we're gonna make the best of this weekend anyway. I'll get the best footage I can with my cell phone here, and just see what we can do. All the stickers got wet, but I got them out here in the sun drying off, so hopefully that'll be okay. Got the bear box for the food. All right, guys, so I think I need one of these.
Do you put your liquor in that?
Absolutely.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I absolutely did.
So that's why you turn it upside
down. Yeah, I inverted it so it would
Yeah.
mix it up. Now I think I'm fixing to get out there in that water and cool off a little bit and chill. I'll tell you what, the horse flies out here are bad, so I think it's time to spray up. Got a little sun on those legs today, huh?
So you have what? So it's just foot power? How fast can you get?
Very fast.
Yeah.
So we got some country style ribs to cook for dinner tonight. Just heard some thundering in the background, so hopefully we can get done cooking this food before the storm gets here.
Keep going. So we have somewhere to sit. That's probably pretty good.
It's almost like we're part
What
of
a great idea.
Yeah, it is.
This looks so good. It's almost like we know what we're doing.
After a little bit of group effort, we got us a shelter set up from the rain. I don't know how much shelter we got from the lightning, but at least we got some shelter from the rain. It's definitely raining. We're all huddled up under this tarp that we made, and so far so good. Yep, this is a little more water than I was banking on. So I'm standing here holding my tarp up because it quickly started filling up. A lot of rain and thunder. Not a big fan. We will absolutely be reconfiguring after this, I can promise you that. I didn't think the storm was going to be that bad. Smoke on the water. Okay, so now that the rain and storm is pretty much over, I've got to definitely reconfigure this thing, and I said that, and then the lightning just struck over there. But I've got to go ahead and reconfigure this thing and set up a little bit better. Alright, so it's still raining, but I got a little bit of work done to my shelter, and I think it's going to hold now.
Why did I not bring my other tarp when I had so much room left in the canoe?
Rain or shine, we got to eat, right? Well, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to film the rest of this trip. I'm starting to run out of memory on the camera, so we'll just have to see how it works. But I think for tonight, I'm going to go ahead and leave you. I'm going to sit here and eat my dinner and enjoy the rest of this evening, and probably go climb in that hammock shortly. So, see you guys in the morning. Hey, good morning, guys. So I actually slept okay last night once I got to sleep. It took a little while for me to get to sleep last night. But it's about 7 o'clock now. I just got up. It's still It kind of rained and drizzled all night last night. Still dripping a little bit this morning, but it's not actually raining now. It's just dripping through the trees. So yesterday evening turned out kind of rough. It was like bad storm and lightning and all that stuff. I did finally get my dinner cooked, so that was good. I didn't go to bed hungry. But now I need some coffee and some breakfast, so time for that. So I'm about to blow your mind with my breakfast this morning. Check this out. I got a mountain house. I just wanted something a little bit different this morning than my oatmeal. I still brought my oatmeal, but figure I got some mountain house, scrambled eggs with bacon, and I got some of these little street taco shells. A little bit of hot sauce. That'd be a good breakfast this morning. It's kind of a special trip. Our buddy Tomas is actually moving back to Sweden, so this is going to be our last camping trip with him, so I kind of wanted to have a little bit of something special this morning. So, but I'm ready to eat. I'm ready for some coffee. So we got to get this going. Coffee. So this morning we are back to our delicious Cafe Bustelo. Makes a difference too. It's a good cup of coffee. Got our tortillas, got the scrambled eggs and stuff to make this breakfast taco, breakfast burrito, whatever. I know the video is kind of choppy and jumping around a little bit, but I'm having to just try to get clips that are, you know, worth getting, because I don't have a bunch of memory left on this phone. So I'll do the best I can for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the video anyway. Oh yeah, Nico's got a plan.
You know what I mean?
Awesome. Good. Well, I've had a good time swimming, and you really need that when it's hot as it is to be able to just go get in the water and cool off for a little while. And it's been really fun and nice to hang out with all my buddies and friends and stuff out here. But I'll be honest with you, I'm ready to kick back in this hammock for just a little while and just snooze and relax and stuff. So I don't have anything else I need to do before dinner time, so I'm gonna just kick back and relax for a little while. while. That was cool. So my buddy Eli came over here and told me, hey, there's a big buck over there. I knew I couldn't get out in time to get over here to see him, so Eli took my phone and went over there and got some footage of him. That's a big boy. That is a healthy deer. It's pretty warm. You're just sweating, not doing anything. Makes me want to go get back in the water, but I'm gonna wait a little while because it's starting to thunder a little bit in the background, and so we might have a storm coming. That storm should cool it off, so I think I'm gonna wait a little while, but it's definitely warm.
Nobody speaks Swedish. We have plenty of those places. Every day in the news, they're like, oh.
Alright guys, well it looks like the storm is coming in again, so I got my water ready to go for my dinner tonight, and we got the fire going, so hopefully we can beat the storm with the fire and everything. But we definitely got a storm coming.
Yeah.
Put oil in the bush. Well, it'll come out if you put oil in it. So you think put oil?
Strikes and go along the surface. If you could time it so you were underwater.
Well, I think we were lucky enough to get dinner done before the storm hit, so time to eat. That's a good sized deer. How freaking cool is that? That deer isn't worried about anything. He's just right over there, right across from camp. That's awesome. He's a big boy. Well, you might say the storm came in on us. It's putting it down now. Well, we changed up the setup and it worked perfect this time. No more pooling, and this storm was bad, so guess what we did work. Cheers. Alright guys, so dinner's done. Everything was delicious. We got dinner done and everything before the storm, so that was good. Everybody else is enjoying their dinners, and they're all over hanging around by the fire, so I'm gonna go hang out with them, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Hey, good morning guys. So we had a pretty good night last night. Everybody had a good time hanging around the fire and just telling stories and stuff, and I came and climbed in the hammock and actually got a really good night's sleep, so I'm ready to get up and make me some coffee and start getting this place packed up. Coffee. Well, it has been a great trip, and we've had a good time here, but it's time, unfortunately, to break this place down. Let's get it. Alright guys, so we are all packed up and ready to go. This has been a great trip, but it's time to get back on the water. And we're off. Alright guys, so we made it back and we got all loaded up and we are now back on the road. Unfortunately, I didn't get to record the last little bit of the trip to Wakiva Island. Phone went dead and I didn't have a way to charge it on me. But now we're on the road and we're headed back home. I've had a great trip. It was good to hang out with my buddies and everything, but I'm ready to get home now. Alright guys, so we have made it home. I have had that awesome post-camping shower. I am cooled off and clean and it feels awesome. Had a really good trip. So I had an incident in which, as you saw, I lost my camera. And it's a stupid mistake, and it's one that I have done before. And apparently I didn't learn from it the last time, so I had to make the mistake again. So I did drop the camera in the water, ended up dumping the kayak, going after it, and it was a costly mistake, but you know, these things happen when you're out here shooting adventures and stuff. So never been on the river before. It was a little tight curve area. There were some people sitting here. I was trying to get around the people, and the current was pushing me towards them, so I was trying to make sure I didn't hit the guy with the paddle. And like I said, it was very narrow and there was a limb hanging down. I looked at him to make sure I wasn't going to hit him with the paddle, and went under a tree limb, which snatched the camera up. And when that happened, I reached for the camera, pushed the tree limb up, and that motion of leaning and pushing, and it just rolled me right over. Thank goodness it wasn't super deep there. And Tomas actually later on in the day went back and found my gear, but it looks like the camera batteries, the charger, my new charging brick, most of that stuff has been lost, so I'll have to re-up it and get new gear. It's just the cost of going on adventures, I guess. That stuff can happen to anybody, so it's just all part of the game. Kind of sucks, but we'll get past it. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it that thumbs up for me. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram and on Facebook. And appreciate you guys watching. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.